Cheap tactics. Using tactics that require an absence of testicles, usually used by players with no skill. Oh. Hey guys, what's up? It's Bumbo Boy here, and today we are looking at Gobi, specifically why Gobi is so cheap. But I love it, because my one's level 17, so don't take it away from me, please. Alright, so Gobi is an epic monster, and he is magic ranged. Which isn't too crazy. You know, there's quite a few magic range guys out there. We can see he does magic damage and he does range. That's pretty much all we have down here. Now if we look at his HP is 510. So he's not very tanky. His physical and magic defense are 2 and 2. So like, yeah, he can die pretty fast if you can get to him. Now his damage is 404. If we compare that to, I don't really have any other high level ranged magic. Let's see. I guess we can compare it to Aloe. He's level 18. So he's one level higher than my Gobi. He does 424 damage. So pretty similar damage wise. Of course, Ella at level 18 gets defense penetration, but let's ignore that for a second. Alright, so their damage is similar. His initiative is reasonably high at 43. His mobility is 2, but he's ranged, so that doesn't matter too much. And of course, he does get critical hit percentage 25. So 25% of the time, for 1 time out of 4, he will do a critical hit. And let's see, where does he get that? He gets that at level 11. So reasonably low level. Let's have a look at his skill map here. So at level 5, we can see he gets 1 more time 1, which is his passive skill. So when receiving a defeating attack, he flips a game coin. If the result is 1 up, recovers 100% of max HP and clears all buffs. Otherwise, he is defeated instantly. This skill can only be used once per battle. So what that means is if he does get a 1 up, which he flips a coin, so it's a 50-50 chance, I believe. If he gets a 1 up, he will no longer be stunned. He will no longer be frozen. He won't have any good or bad attributes to him done by anyone else. So let's see, at level 8 he gets 1 more time 2, which is pretty much the same thing except for he knocks back all enemies within 1 cell, back 1 cell. So if someone's next to him, they will get knocked back 1 cell. Then at level 11 he gets his 25% critical. At level 14 he gets Unstable Laser 2. It's his common attack. Fires a laser which has a chance of reflecting between multiple enemies with a chance to stun. 50% rate for reflecting and 25% chance of stunning opponents with a max jumping distance of 3 cells. With every reflection, damage decreases by 50% up to 4 targets. So this means he can hit every single monster in PvP as long as they're within 3 cells of each other. And he also has a chance to stun every single monster in PvP. So yeah, let's look at level 17, which my Gobi is level 17. He gets Play Together 2, his ultimate skill. It requires 3 energy, which is reasonably low. And it turns on his video game, summons blocks to inflict between 100 and 200% damage on the target and enemies within 1 cell. So, say if there's a group of 4 enemies huddling together, we can use this ultimate skill on them and it will hit all of them between 100 and 200% of damage. The good thing about this is the damage, of course, but the bad thing is that he doesn't stun if you use this. Sometimes it's better to use his common attack because he can actually stun and it might actually critically hit, so it might actually do the same amount of damage as well. But anyway, let's look at level 20. He gets 1 more time 3, so does exactly the same, except for there is a 50% rate to stun the enemies within one cell for 1 turn. So not only does he knock back the people next to him, but he has a 50% chance to stun them. Most monsters in this game can't stun a whole team, with the exception of maybe like Jax. Jax can stun a whole team, but only if they're right next to each other. Gobi's attack can bounce between a whole team, damage them all, and stun them. Of course, that is quite a rare chance, but it is possible and it can happen. So, I do have a PvP battle in which Gobi is pretty motherfucking cheap. So let's have a look at that. Alright, so we have our Gobi, our Jax, our Sabrina versus Death, Aloha, and Mudman. And we all wait, of course, to see who's gonna make the first move. And eventually we can no longer wait, so I move my Jax forward. And then I summon Thumper to stun his Mudman. And then, of course, in comes Blocky, attacks my Sabrina and taunts her. But that's fine because you know what? He's weak against magic and she's magic. Now there is Gobi's attack. Gobi stuns Blocky, stuns Death, and hits everyone. And then he misses a whole turn. By the way, Gobi then kills the Blocky. Meanwhile, my guys are right on top of him now because he missed the whole turn. And we go in with Gobi's ultimate attack and kills all 3 of his team. So yeah, pretty cheap tactics there by Gobi. Hey, did you know that the Bumbleboy Twitter account was already taken? So I made a better one. If you have anything to tweet about Tactical Monsters, Binding of Isaac, or you just want to say I look pretty today, cause bitch I know I do, tweet at Bumble's Ass Today.